Hey guys, welcome back to the Random Mind Show. I'm Ant, this is Joe, and this is Other Ant. And today we're going to be talking about the newest box office smash hits, including Dumb and Dumber 2, Big Hero 6, and Interstellar. So Ant, what were the movies that you saw this week?
I didn't. Solar Babies.
Solar Babies.
Solar Babies.
Oh,
It's been to a theater since 1986.
1986.
And what was the movie you saw in theaters?
Whoa. Whoa. What's going on here? Why are you sitting in my seat? I would like to know the answer.
This is the Random Mind Show.
Random.
It's not the Random Mind Show.
Random Mind Show.
It's because we both have mind in our names, Mind Over Movies and the Random Mind, and it's great that you're on the show today, and I really appreciate it. But you're grappling my microphone. Can you not grapple? Can you not grapple?
This is the Random Mind Show.
There is no This is not the Random Mind Show.
And you're still on the show. It's behind the board.
I'm not sitting there. That's your seat. That's where the pest is. Okay.
You want to make something of it?
Okay.
Go sit at the board.
Pulled the knife out of me
This is
too.
a Random Mind Show.
All right.
Stab me if I could join.
All right.
This is the Random Mind Show.
Okay.
Check my levels.
I'll check your levels.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
I'm gonna bring you down a little bit.
This is the Random Mind
This is the Random Mind Show.
This is my nightmare.
Welcome to Mind Over Movies, episode number 9, I want to say. I'm very, very excited for this episode because we have the Random Minds, Anthony Hurtado here. And how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Film reviewer, you do the Random Mind, is it COM for YouTube?
Yeah, I had to make a stupid username because the Random Mind
Of
was
course,
taken,
everything's
so
always taken, and great minds think alike here.
Yeah.
We got Mind Over Movies
yeah.
and the Random Mind. So you do everything. You got the website going for the blog.
Yeah.
You got the Facebook going. We're able to post all of these reviews and everything. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this since 2011.
Wow.
Started with the Just Go With It movie and was inspired to do it because I saw 127 Hours.
Wow. And a good review for 127 Hours?
Yes, I love that
Excellent.
movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. So you've been doing this for years. You're into film, obviously, into productions too. Graduated in the New York Film Academy.
Graduated the 1-year program,
Mhm.
currently at Wagner College for film now, so continuing on with it.
And I like to put people on the spot when they come on the show.
Oh, boy.
Favorite movie.
Here he comes.
This
The
is
Bourne
easy for me.
Ultimatum.
Bourne Ultimatum.
Oh, nice.
I love when people come on the show that actually know what they're talking about. Not that we haven't had guests that don't know what they're talking about, but Ant knows how to talk about film in a nice, it's like, because all these critics are usually 75 years old, or they're writing for whatever, like this guy back there.
How old's Siskel now? Isn't he?
Siskel's up there.
How old's Roper? Wait, what about
I don't even know. I don't have an answer for that. But
what about Ebert? How old's Ebert?
Ebert's dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
Okay, that was one of my heroes. All right, thank you very much for going after him. But it's good to really have people that know how to talk about film in a fun, exciting fashion. So that's why I'm excited to have you on the show today. Let's start with the weekend box office from last week. The film that took in all the money, and there was really the only big release, was Dumb and Dumber 2 with $36 million. And I open it up to the panel over here to talk about the film. And I'll start with you on this one first.
I just want to know if I should go see it or not, being a Dumb and Dumber fan.
You'll find out in
All right.
3 to 5 minutes. And start with you. Thoughts on Dumb and Dumber 2?
All right, well, if you're a fan of the original, you'll probably enjoy this one.
Right.
But enjoy is a very specific word. There's going to be times throughout the movie where you're going to be shaking your head and and probably wonder why you spent the money to go see this film when you could just rent it when it comes out on
True.
Blu-ray or DVD. Well, actually, because Blockbuster's gone, so you can't really do that anymore except for Netflix.
Can we have a moment? Can we have a moment for Blockbuster?
Shut up.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
Shout out to Redbox and a moment of silence for Blockbuster.
But it's that common thing where, like, you see a franchise. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head, but I can't at the moment. Where they have great movies, either a bunch of sequels, and then they stop for a while. It's
Right.
like, okay, The Godfather Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
There was such a big lapse of time before they made
It's like
Godfather
20
Part
years.
3. Yeah, 20 years later, and then the same thing with Dumb and Dumber. It's almost 20 years now since they made the first
It is
one.
exactly 20 years.
And there was a spin-off sequel that
Mhm.
didn't feature Jim Carrey, or it just didn't work. And the thing is, when you try to go back to a thing that was funny 20 years ago,
Yeah.
your audience grows up with it, so nobody else is going to really find it that funny anymore. You're going to have moments of, like, pure joy seeing your favorite characters come back to on the screen, but eventually you're just going to realize that it's nothing more than a cash grab, and you're just sitting there watching fart jokes and other stuff that you can't slapstick humor.
What did it pull in?
It pulled in 36 million, which is an average for these type of films for comedies. I mean, if you look at an Anchorman 2 or something like that, these
Hangover.
are all these
Except for
kind
Jump
of.
Street.
I mean, The Hangover I think is one of the most successful R-rated comedies of all time.
Yeah.
But it just everything seemed forced. Everything seemed like it was just like jokes that they're trying to resurface after 20 years. Joe, what do you think about this?
I mean, listen, the acting wasn't that bad. The thing that bothered me was that it felt very, very forced by Jeff Daniels. Like I think like Jim Carrey, there was some points where he was okay, but I feel like Jeff Daniels really, really tried hard to make some of these jokes work, but they really didn't. The writing was just terrible. It was just terrible writing.
Jim Carrey's natural at acting like a goofball.
Jim Carrey's a natural.
Jeff Daniels, he's on the newsrooms and other things. He kept doing other things with his time.
He just couldn't bring it back to how he was back in the day. They tried too many things, and it felt forced a lot of the time. It just, I don't know. The writing was just terrible.
Yeah, I really didn't like this movie. I mean, if you need to see it, you would want. I'd rather you see it in the sanctity of your own.
I guess
house.
you have to see it if you're a fan of the first one. But
So what are we looking at?
I shit for brains.
Really?
I mean, really. I just didn't.
Wow.
I don't think. I think it missed everywhere. I think. I mean, there was obviously, if you don't laugh at a couple of points during a comedy film, it's not a comedy film. I think this movie succeeded more as a dramatic film about two men on the road looking for their lost daughter than it did as a romping comedy about two idiots.
and
I don't use this word very often, but this movie was retarded. I'm sorry.
I went into this film waiting to laugh. I
exactly.
wanted to laugh. I was like, "Well, I'm gonna love this movie. I want to laugh so bad. Give me something to laugh at."
You know when people say that the best part of the movie is the end? The best part of this movie was this kind of beautiful moment in the credits where they kind of go back 20 years later and they match it up. It had this nice music over it. That I actually really enjoyed. But besides that, I mean, there was really nothing. I mean, the guy who pets the bird, he was grown up. And then they put the other two at the end of the movie. I think this movie missed in so many.
They threw Robble Riggle in there for some cheap laughs.
It's just sad though, because you look at a trailer like this. My mom was even thinking maybe this will be good when we saw this trailer in the theater several times, but it's of course it doesn't pan out that way, and
I worry about comedy movies in general, actually, because I mean, I really I don't know. Maybe those kind of days are gone of those, the Anchormans and all that, and we have to kind of start adjusting to new comedy films.
I think people are just smarter now.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to get more sophisticated.
When you have Paul Thomas Anderson with unintentional comedy,
of course, one of my favorites. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we got two more reviews to get out. Also, we want to talk about Hunger Games, which comes out this weekend. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mind Over Movies. Anthony's with us today from The Random Mind. I want to get into two more film reviews, some films that me and Joe got to see over the weekend, and that is Whiplash and Birdman. I think two films that are definitely getting some Oscar buzz.
Especially Whiplash.
J.K. Simmons I'm a huge fan of J.K.
Incredible.
Simmons. And you don't expect people to say, I'm a huge fan of J.K. Simmons, but I don't mind saying it. I know
Spider-Man movies?
Just from anything that he does. I think he's one of the most talented character actors out there.
The yellow peanut M&M.
And I've been waiting for him to get breakout performances and lead roles by himself, and I mean, just standalone roles that he would be really good for. Stop doing that.
Don't cut to me.
I'm going to cut to you doing that. Wait till you guys see what he just did. Well, now you will see what he just did. I love the work that he does, and I thought this performance was fantastic. I think he did extremely well with it. He was humorous. He was aggressive, stern. Loved everything he did, and I liked Miles. What's his name?
Miles Teller. He did a really good
Teller.
job. I think he's growing as an actor as well, from starting off in the young adult movies, but he's definitely grown as an actor.
Besides that, the film was really, really just well done. It was very inspirational. Inspirational? I don't think it's a word.
Inspirational.
But inspirational. I thought it was very inspirational. If you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you're just anybody who has some kind of dream, it inspires you to work harder at it and to get up every time you fall. So I really, really loved this movie. I thought it was well made. Well shot. Everything worked for me. Good shot there too as well. The second film was Birdman. I mean, Joe, I'll start with you on this one because I can't even wrap my head around
Birdman was outstanding. Like, we were trying to figure out when they were gonna cut to it. Cut a
right.
cut the scene.
It's a film, and you might appreciate this. The film is shot as if the film's an hour and 40 something minutes long. It's shot as if it's one long take.
We were trying to figure out when they were gonna cut and when they didn't.
It doesn't. There's a movie called Silent House. I think it's from 2011. That film, what it does is it tries to show you an hour and a half in real time. So if it's 5 o'clock, the movie ends at 6:30. This film goes over weeks, but its cuts are it looks like there is no cuts. They use the shadows
Great
and darkness.
transitions.
Yeah, it's,
they
amazing transition.
Like when somebody's like walking by, it'll
right.
transition.
But they
to
still
the thing.
pass over time. So it's as if it's
like a door will close, go dark, then it cut out.
It'll
you
open
won't
the
notice
door.
them. You really can't notice them.
What'd that take in?
It's about a stage play, and it works as if it is a stage play because of the camera work that they do. This film is great. The ensemble cast was phenomenal.
Amazing.
I think it was the best writing that I've seen in a screenplay.
Is it an
years.
unintentional homage to Adam West?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the backstory of this. I don't know. I know a lot of people saying about Keaton playing Batman. It's that.
Well, yeah, that's the
See,
ironic.
now
ironic part of
here's
it.
my argument as a alleged filmmaker, right? Now
I
you're
thought you were going to say a legend filmmaker.
Oh,
I said, well,
no,
that's
a
just
legend.
not true.
If this film was so good,
Right.
what I mean, why you know where I'm going with this?
Right.
Why
Because-
did Dumb and Dumber
Because
2?
Dumb and Dumber 2 rather make because stupid people want to see $36
So-
million
so-
worth
so-
of Dumb
but
and Dumber
th-
2.
so here's my
Just a
argument
matter
from
of
people.
established fan base.
No,
and-
even with established or not, here's the thing. Now are you saying that us as alleged filmmakers,
Right.
should just make crap?
I think I got an answer to that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Dumb and Dumber 2 is going to appeal to the mass audiences. Most people don't have the attention spans like we were kind of just talking about with our show. Is that they can't sit through a film that they have no knowledge of.
Exactly.
So when they go into Dumb and Dumber, they know exactly what they're expecting.
Right.
But when they go into Birdman, they're either disinterested because they're not the most famous actors in the world, or it's the story just doesn't appeal to them because
Right,
they're
the
the
story-
general masses.
Right.
So are
They
you
said,
saying
that's too weird. I'm not
exactly?
seeing that.
So
I don't want to see that.
something,
let me
something
see
that
guy
we would
farting.
appreciate.
I like that better.
But see, we would appreciate it.
No, it's not. And it's not distributed the same way. Dumb and Dumber opened up to over 3,000 theaters. Birdman is still right now only at around 600. 700
Guarantee you,
theaters.
it's one of those things where the movie comes out, it's celebrated by a select group of people, and then years later, all these people who didn't see it in the theaters because they went to go see Dumb and Dumber, they
Right.
all discover
Like
it. It's
Fight
like
Club.
this great new thing that just came
like
out when
Fight
it came
Club.
out years ago.
It's like Fight Club.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with Fight Club.
I-
I think it had a great supporting cast.
Oh, it
Keaton
was
was
an
okay, but
incredible
Ed
ensemble
Norton,
cast.
Emma Stone, they
Yeah.
were all terrific.
And a lot of these are long takes. I mean, I'm talking like 5 to 10, maybe even 20-minute long takes that these people
What was
have
the
to deal
budget?
with.
What was the budget for this?
I
if
don't
you have
know.
it,
I
or-
don't know the budget. I imagine that it would be a little bit pricey actually because there were some special effects in there. But I just thought this was an incredibly well acted.
had to be low enough
so
though, because it's independent.
how-
Right, it is still indie. I thought this was one of the better
Oh, this is
movies that I've
amazing.
seen
Great
all year.
movie. Yeah.
And Whiplash. I mean, both of these movies were some of the better movies that I've seen all year, including I think these two and Gone Girl are the best movies that I've seen this year. And we'll get into more of some anticipated movies and some of our favorites of 2014 in our next segment. But first, just to wrap it up, Birdman and Whiplash, incredible films. You really, honestly, I'm kind of okay with people seeing Dumb and Dumber 2 over Birdman because you need to have like. I think only people who are in the entertainment business can really understand this
Appreciate
movie.
it, yeah.
I found myself like this the whole movie. Yes, I totally agree with that statement, and I do not think a regular mass audience can
No.
do that. That's not to sound stuck up or stubborn about
Just the
anything.
truth.
It's just the truth.
On the
you
flip
know?
side, I think if you're a musician of any kind, you should definitely see Whiplash.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Any musician of any kind should absolutely see Whiplash. And Birdman, if you're in any kind of acting or directing, or if you like theater or
Definitely can relate
or
to it.
film, it does a great way of comparing show business, the Hollywood world, against the New York world, about these superficial actors. It's absolutely well
Struggling
done.
actors who are
Oh,
latched onto one character.
Exactly. Let's go to some news with Joe. Joe, fill us in. What's going on in the world of good old film?
All right, so I'm gonna do superhero first.
Okay.
So remember
As
the
always, you
remember the 5 shows that Marvel was bringing to Netflix: Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and they're gonna come together for Defenders miniseries.
Okay.
So they're casting the second one right now. Daredevil's already in production. Second one, Jessica Jones, is the casting's coming down to Kristen Ritter, Alexandria Daddario, Teresa Palmer, or
Alexander Daddario.
yeah,
Oh
or
my
just Jessica
goodness.
DeGao. I don't know who that is, but
Oh, okay. This is the girl from Breaking Bad. Kristen
Right,
Ritter's
yeah,
from
right,
Breaking Bad. She
right.
was Jane.
But Jessica Jones, I'm not too familiar with that character, but supposedly her and Luke Cage do get together a lot, and Luke Cage is
Is Luke Cage the guy with the big arms?
He's
Yeah,
the
he's the
one that
African
everybody
guy.
wanted The Rock to play if they
well,
made
he's
a movie.
he's an
Okay, okay.
African he's an African guy, and those two castings coming down to Lance Gross and Mike Coulter. Mike Coulter's from the Halo Nightfalls, and
Okay.
Lance Gross is from Crisis. And also, this is actually interesting. The director of Lego Batman, the spin-off for the Lego movie,
Right.
he said that there's definitely going to be an addressing of every Batman era in the movie. So they're going to be making fun of all the Schumacher films, all the
Oh, nice.
70s films.
I was just watching the Schumacher film today.
All
I
that
don't know why,
stuff.
but I put it on. I always like those movies.
And then X-Men Apocalypse casting news, young Jean Grey. The choices are coming down to Elle Fanning from Maleficent, Chloe
Love her.
Grace
Love
from
her.
Carrie and Kick-Ass,
her.
and Haley Steinfeld from True Grit.
Love them all.
And young Scott Summers is coming down to these guys. I have no idea who they are. Charlie Rowe, Ben Hardy, and Timothy Chalamet.
Who would you choose for Jean Grey?
Jean Grey's tough, man. I mean, I think I don't like Chloe Moretz for it. I like Elle Fanning for it, and Haley Steinfeld I don't think is pretty enough for it, to be honest with you. But
Yeah, I kind of like Steinfeld. What's her name? Steinfeld, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from True
I
Grit.
kind of like her for it.
Yeah,
I think
She could pull it off.
um,
Give some seriousness
Yeah.
to it.
I think Chloe. I think she's a good actress. I don't know if she can. I don't know if she can handle those kind of things. I don't think she's grown
Some
up.
reason
she was in Kick-Ass, so I mean, she's
Recently-
she's known as a superhero.
Recently, Moretz just hasn't been doing it for me. Like I saw her
Right.
in Let Me In, this
Yeah.
great vampire movie,
Mm-hmm.
but recently it's just like Kick-Ass 2 and all these other
Carrie-
Now
stuff. I
she's,
could,
Carrie
now
wasn't
she's
very
starting
good.
to get really typecasted in romantic movies,
Right.
like If I Stay and
Oh,
all those kind
God.
of stuff.
Right.
So she's kind of she's going maybe the Kristen Stewart.
Well, that
route.
that starts filming April 2015, set to release May 27, 2016. A couple movie trailers came out. Pitch Perfect 2. That comes out tomorrow, which is going to be.
What was that?
today
What was
for-
that tagline I saw? Where I saw we're
The
back.
pitch. The pitch is back or something.
No,
like that?
we're,
The
yeah, we're
pitches?
back. Pitches.
Yeah, we're back.
God.
Pitches. We're back. Pitch.
What do you think about
We're
that?
back.
Ian?
Pitch.
We're back. Pitches.
I think we need to take a break.
No, not yet. We got to get rid of news.
The Cinderella trailer came out.
Oh,
that comes
everybody's
out
talking about
March
this.
13th, 2015. Kate Blanchett, Richard Madden, Helena Bonham Carter, all in that, and the Peanuts trailer came out
Charlie
today.
Brown, right?
Right. And also, you want to talk about this?
Go ahead.
The sequels that are coming out. The Paul Blart 2 trailer is out,
oh, my
Oh.
God.
and Joe Dirt 2 started production today.
Yes. Did you
Yes,
see
yes.
that? Now,
He
here's
has
the
the mullet.
selfie
already.
of,
Yeah.
What's his name?
That guy.
David Spade.
David
Spade.
Spade takes a selfie during the.
Is the
production.
same?
I didn't
Is
even
what's
know about Joe
is
Dirt.
what's her name in it again?
I'm not sure.
Let's go in with Hunger Games. Mockingjay Part 1 comes out. What did you guys think about the past two films? Were there differences between the past two? Did you like one any better? And
First one overrated.
yes, I agree with that. Totally agree with that.
Second one very enjoyable, but that was mostly at the end. The rest of the film, I was kind of just, I don't know,
Yeah.
not excited, but not annoyed.
Right. I agree. And I also, I mean, Joe, go to you because I got to process my thoughts.
I recently watched the first one again, and when I first saw the first one, I really liked it because I had read the book, and I really liked it. I thought that it was done well. But I think the more and more times I watch it, and I've watched it like maybe 5 or 6 times now, it just gets worse and worse. I
Right.
think I see it. But the second one, I liked the way it was where it was going. Like the first one, you don't think it's going to end up where the second one ends.
Right. I agree with that.
When the first movie starts or middle of it, you don't expect it to go all the way to where the second movie ended. You don't expect this whole entire rebellion thing to start, and that's where it's going to get interesting now with Mockingjay.
Right. I like the as far as the first one, I like the Hunger Games part of it. I think that was well
the
done,
concept.
especially the first part where the countdown's going and it's very very anxious and you just kind of want to see what happens. And I like the way that unraveled. I mean, you can't do anything to the story, but I don't like the end of one where like they both win or whatever it is.
I was always intrigued by the concept, but like
Yeah, I
and
love the
people
concept.
people forget that the concept's been done. I mean, you have where is it? It was right here, The Condemned. That's kind of like what it is, and then
That's
you have Battle Royale, which is basically the Hunger Games but in Japan.
Right.
But I mean, the thing with the Hunger Games is I just feel like every time I watch it, whether it's on Cinemax, HBO, or just like my cousins are watching it, every time they are acting,
Right.
it feels so forced.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think
Watch out.
Except for,
I kinda find it like
except for Elizabeth Banks, she's excellent in those movies.
Oh, well, yeah,
I
but-
think
great.
the older characters are obviously better.
Yeah,
than-
Woody
than,
Harrelson's great in
than
it.
the younger actors. Like,
Jennifer
I think
Lawrence.
what's his name is actually a horrible actor.
Josh
the guy who
Hutcherson.
plays Peter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Josh
Josh
Hutcherson.
I think he's
Hutcherson.
horrible.
Yeah.
I think he's like he can't.
He's
even
always the
act.
same character.
Liam Hemsworth.
every
I could have
movie.
Yeah.
I could have played Liam Hemsworth's character.
I
He,
mean,
he does
Lawrence-
nothing.
Lawrence carries the movie.
I don't
she's
even
a
think she does that well.
She's a decent actress, but that guy Peter, man, I could really deal without him.
I think Lawrence does way better work than what she's been given with the Hunger
Yeah.
Games. Like, I understand the Hunger Games escalated her to stardom, but she deserves a lot more than the Hunger Games because you can tell that her acting ability is not being broadcast in the Hunger Games. And then when you watch movies like American Hustle, X-Men, well, not even X-Men, she was kind of bad in X-Men too.
What's that new movie she has coming out with Bradley Cooper?
Oh, it's
The Western kinda.
Yeah, yeah. It's,
Oh,
it's,
that
it's
one
a-
looks like it's gonna
it's a
blow.
biopic
Yeah.
or something.
What is that?
What is that?
Starts with like an S or
Yeah, I
something.
don't-
Yeah, but I mean, the Hunger Games, it's like we talked about before, it has an established fan base, so it's gonna
Right.
make money. We saw the times that that are available every half hour.
Serena.
Every half hour, it's gonna there's a movie that's playing. There's gonna be 6 of them
Come on.
at the same time. Come on, you
Hunger
Hold-
Games.
Hey,
first
with the
one-
cursing. With the
Bleep, yeah,
cursing.
Fuck you.
I gotta bleep all of those. I'm not even bleeping.
Well,
them.
since we're on here.
I'm not, come on. We'll see if it opens as the other ones both opened $150 million.
I'm sure it will.
All right, let's go into some of our let's take a refresh of some of those movies that we've seen over the past year. I want to hear some of your favorite movies from 2014. Maybe if you got a worst one in there or something you really didn't like. But what's some of your favorites over this past year?
Well, in no particular order, and it's been a weird year.
It has
for
been.
me
But do you
because
feel like the quality of movies have been pretty good this year?
they have been
A lot
but
better
it's
than
just-
last year in the past few years.
It's just all like the quality, yes, the story and everything else. Because like when I watch a movie, I'm not there for just how the picture looks or
Right,
how
right,
it's
right.
shot or
Absolutely.
how it looks fantastic. Like I mean, take for example, A Million Ways to Die in the West. The movie
Oh,
sucks
God.
because the
Horrible.
story and the characters are nowhere to be found, but all the dolly shots and everything else are like fantastically like they're beautiful.
Right.
They're beautiful.
They are great
cinematography.
homage to a western. It's
Yeah.
well done.
So I guess that could be like one of my worst picks, like that movie.
Absolutely.
But I go for movies for story, entertainment, and overall just leave me with an impact. So
Right.
this year especially has been that because I know from your shows previously, like you like Nightcrawler a lot.
Oh yeah, Nightcrawler was excellent.
I enjoyed Nightcrawler, but didn't think it was that good, and I was actually shocked that I didn't like it as much as other
Really?
people did.
Really?
Really?
What did you like about
Do you
it?
not
I
like
know
Jake-
what
do you not like Jake
what you didn't
Gyllenhaal?
like about
The
it, but maybe the
abrupt
audience
ending.
doesn't. The abrupt ending.
Oh, okay.
It's just literally, I'm not going to spoil it. It's just like you're in this intense ride throughout the entire film, and all of a sudden it stops.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you? I for some reason we were talking when you talk about story not being there. I do feel that the movies have been better this year, as a whole,
yeah.
as quality, as characters, as acting, as story. But I find myself saying I didn't really like the ending that much to a lot of the movies
Oh,
this
yeah.
year. I
Like
just like people can't
Interstellar.
end movies. People can't close
Interstellar.
anymore.
Interstellar.
Hey, listen, easy on Interstellar.
Listen,
People can't close on movies anymore.
I had one movie I gave an A.
What?
And don't hate me because it's
Oh,
it's
boy.
fanboy
Oh, God.
superheroism. It's
Fanboy.
please tell me it's what I'm thinking.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's not what I was
That
thinking.
was an A.
What
I was
were you
thinking
thinking?
X-Men Days of Future
X-Men
Past.
was a
Well,
great-
A
great
minus.
movie.
I had Birdman, Days of Future Past, Dawn of Planet of the Apes,
Right.
and Gone Girl. So
My top 5, if I had to choose right now, and again, no in particular order, Edge of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men
well,
Days-
actually, it's Live Die Repeat now. That
Live, Die, Repeat.
It got
Edge of
released to
Tomorrow,
DVD.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Edge of Tomorrow, Live Die Repeat, whatever you want to call it. Guardians of the Galaxy, possibly Boyhood, X-Men Days of Future Past, and Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
Right.
I think we could all
Excellent.
agree on Gone Girl.
That-
being
That
a-
was the only film
And-
I saw this year.
That's true.
In the theaters.
That's a shame. So that's our show for this
Whoa,
week.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
we
Don't you
forgot
want
about
to? Don't you want to take a ride back to 1986?
Okay, and what did you see last week? This week?
We went back to 86, and I stuck with my original idea of films, which is what have I been watching majority of?
I don't know. You watched The Brave Little Toaster
No,
a couple
but
of weeks ago.
post-apocalyptic.
Okay, what is it?
Type it in. 1986. It's a fantasy. Solar Babies.
Solar Babies.
what the hell is
Oh,
that?
my God.
Solar
You
Babies.
definitely didn't actually watch it.
No, I watched the film.
Are you sure it's called Solar Babies?
Solar Babies.
How's
One
it
word.
spelled? Oh, okay.
it's one word.
SOLARBABIES.
There it is.
Solar Babies
Go
from
ahead.
1986. In a future
boy.
in which most water has disappeared from the earth, we find a group of children, mostly teenagers, who are living in an orphanage run by despotic rulers of New Earth.
Jason Patrick.
After Earth with baby geniuses.
Yeah, basically. It's
Well,
like-
can you read what it was? The box office and all that?
I
for me?
can't read the box office because this film
Well,
doesn't want to exist.
It made
for America.
$7.
No, it cost.
It grossed $1.5 million.
How much did it cost to make?
I don't know. Do you have that number?
7.5.
7.5. That's not
Oh,
that bad. I've seen
man.
worse movies bomb
but
than that.
The director, which if you can say his name because I don't have it off the top.
The
of
director is somebody who I will find out in a second. Is Alan Johnson.
He's a
the director.
choreographer.
Won 3
and he
primetime
did-
Emmys.
That's right.
He did.
He directed 2 films, Solar Babies and a film in
With Mel Brooks.
1983 called To Be or Not to Be.
And he gave up directing after this, and he just became stayed as a choreographer.
Wow, well,
Good
good,
idea.
good move there.
Good idea. Alan.
It was so hard to sit through this. These guys, they go around on roller skates. How are you skating in the desert?
Solar Babies.
Please link the trailer.
I will link everything for
Right
this.
here.
I love it how I'm demanding that people go see movies like Gone Girl, Whiplash, and Birdman, and then
We're
we're
talking about
ending our show saying,
Solar
please go
Babies.
see Solar Babies
Oh,
from
we
1986.
plug As Above, So Below because that was great.
Oh, As Above, So Below was a very good horror movie. One of the best in the past couple of years in horror movies. And thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thanks. Thank
we
you for coming.
want to involve Ann in this show as much as we can as we do this, whether it be sending in a review or us showing some of the reviews on your channel. The Random Mind, you can find them on Facebook, YouTube, anything. If you want to send him some fan mail, you can do that too.
I don't know where you're gonna send it, but good luck.
So we'll see you next week for our little Thanksgiving episode. Maybe we'll have a live turkey here.
March of the Wooden Soldiers.
We're gonna.
Can we air March of the Wooden Soldiers on?
No, we
the
can't.
podcast?
We'll run into some copyright issues. Have a good week, folks.